Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk, out here in the lab. Here do we out in the morning, but I'm doing what I do for you. You know what it is. Let's go. Got a good one for you. Right is in 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message and a story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receive them. I appreciate you. Let's ride. Right thinking mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment, higher consciousness. Pay attention. Right thinker's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. That's my mission, to get you to do just that with the information and the lessons I'm giving you. You pick them up and learn them, and that'll happen for you too. Let's go. The question, know thyself. You have to have the answer to this question for yourself. It ain't about what I think or what other people think about you. This is the question that you should ask yourself. If you don't know you, what do you know? A person who knows not, and knows not that they even know not, is foolish. Disregard them. You have to. They call it the masses. The masses really don't care, so they don't even count them. Trust me. Don't count them. Why? They don't count. They don't care. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. I can teach them. Those are the ones I like to do what I do for. What? You come here to get that knowledge and information. That's what I do for you. I got you. Stay tuned. A person who knows not and believes, again, and believe that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is just asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock. I'm here with knowledge of self that will wake you up to yourself. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. Until my eye be true. Today, I'm going to take you on the trip, mental, aka a higher conscious trip, where you have to think, you have to be able to comprehend, you have to be able to think along the line and use your common sense. It's not that hard. Let's go. Right thinkers, let's talk about what does higher consciousness mean. To be conscious means you're awake, you're aware, you know what's going on. Right now, you're in a conscious state. If you listen to me, you're conscious. When you go to sleep, you're unconscious. If you get knocked upside the head, you become unconscious. That means you're not aware. If you are conscious and still ignorant, that means you need to get some rest. You need to check your boy out. Tune into me. I got you. Let's go. Thinking is conscious. Your mentality to understand, your ability to mentally understand right from wrong. These are lessons that we learn from the time we come into the world. For the first 7 years is learning. That 7 is a valuable number. Trust me, it represents a whole range of things. But for the first 7 years of our natural life, we are like human sponges. We're just recording. We're just taking in. So this is why in any environment, be it dysfunctional or functional, that's going to set the tone for that person that's in that environment his first 7 years. You think because he's in Pampers or she's in the crib or whatever, no, they are recording everything. They see everything. So give them a good show, something that they can use, something they can work with. They have to rearrange their whole life because what they see don't match what they're being presented with. So that's the problem with us. But let's get conscious and understand that when our young, it starts there. When you're intelligent, when your intellect is used to learn spiritual truths at an early age, you will become conscious of yourself and the things around you. Why? Because you're taking in information that's going to give you something in return, knowledge and understanding of what's going on around you. This is why we had an education system. This is why the ancients took the young men off and took the girls off to teach them how to be. Consciousness is learned. Becoming conscious is a learned behavior. Right thinking philosophy is meant to what? Raise your consciousness to the level of where you know you and you know your higher self, aka God, to be one. Now you're awake. You're aware of who you are. And that God that everybody talks about that they put somewhere else, you know that it's in you. That's being conscious. Okay, that's higher conscious. Lower conscious is, yeah, I believe in God, yeah. Just low level. Higher level is learning, ascending, and getting information that you can use and verify for yourself. I call them spiritual truths. Okay? Once you master right thinking philosophy, you will be God conscious. AKA, know thyself. The ancients left us that creed. Know thyself. The more I study, the more I live, the more I start to make sense to me. So my whole foundation of right thinking philosophy is based on what? You knowing yourself. That's the foundation which right thinking philosophy stands on. It ain't a belief. It's a way of life. So I'm good with that. I'm comfortable. I teach what is esoteric lessons. What? The hidden meaning behind things. That's how you raise the consciousness with what? Higher education, higher ideas, higher views, and principles that govern you to do and be a certain way, and you will benefit from that. I call it right living. Ancients called it Maya. Same thing. Shita Netta. Okay, Semi-Tawi. Whatever you call it, again, I'm not concerned with names. They're going to change. That's fine. I'm more concerned with the results and the effect. Do it do what it do? Do it make happen? Do it manifest into what you say it do? That's all I want to know. Call it what you want. Manifest it, and then you got something. Next one is becoming lighthearted, aka through righteous living, doing the right thing daily. My heart is light because I have no anger, no animosity. I don't ego trip. I'm not jealous of anybody, what they're doing. So I'm good when it comes to conscious of my heart being light. Why? I don't harbor around a bunch of nonsense. That's what purifying your heart is all about. The idea of having a light heart. The Egyptians weighed the heart against the feather Mayat. Why? Because if you live Mayat, your heart would be light. That's how they can prove it. They didn't want to hear your comments. They didn't want, no. Just check the heart. That's where the contents lie. Okay? The truth in man, birthplace, stays in the heart. The brain gets you there once you connect it. But when you die, they throw the brain away. It's no longer useful when the body's gone. Everything is in the heart. So understand that. Listen, I lighten my heart over the years since becoming spiritually enlightened. My balance for doing the right thing is on point. I continuously do what? The right thing. That's lightening your heart. I don't hold grudges. I'm not vindictive. All those things that I used to do, I'm taking them out of my character. That's how you lighten your heart. Oh, you gotta wait, forgive. Okay, but forgiveness is part of lightening your heart. So, and how much I don't like it, I may not want to. In order to get what I need done, I'm going to do that too. So some people get that pass, even I don't want to give it to them. So yeah, that's becoming conscious. Using your higher conscious to do what's right. Why? Hold yourself accountable to do just that, and you'll see the benefits in that if you do it. I teach righteous, virtuous, spiritual, disciplined lifestyle on a day-to-day basis. I also live it. My heart is light. Why? Because of the way I live. My higher consciousness dictates that I do this, and I follow my conscience. Let your conscience be your guide. All knowing, all conscious. That's the qualities of the Creator. When you live right, your heart will become lighter and preparing you for what? Judgment Day. I want my heart to be light as possible. So when they go on that scale of my yacht, the feather gonna weigh higher, like heavier than my heart. Why? That's how good I want to be. How well did you live my yacht? That's the question. Conscious. Are you conscious, aka enlightened, or do you know you? Being conscious meaning you know you, aka Nihas. Watch this. Being God, God you can only reach God through what? your higher consciousness. That means you have to elevate your lifestyle, your ideologies, your concepts, your views, your beliefs, okay, and live them out to become a better you and be recognized by your higher self. Religion is supposed to do that. That's the purpose of religion, to get you to your higher self. Another lesson. But watch this. Now, when you study spiritual truths and you put in the work that you learn, you're raising your consciousness. Why? Because now you're getting closer to God in mentality and in action and deeds. So he will recognize your good deeds and your actions. That's right living. Okay? If you're unconscious spiritually, meaning you're that person who don't know you don't know, so you're just going through life, yeah, it ain't a big deal, you just, whatever you're doing, okay, let's watch this. You are separating yourself from who? God. Because what? You're living on the ego level. Ego means you're edging God out. When you do that, you put yourself spiritually in the void. Why? Because you got nothing coming. You ain't serving nobody but yourself. You can't do that and expect something to come out of it. The ego can't bless you. You reaching your higher consciousness, you reaching Nihas, you being and acting the right way, you will. That's the only way. Watch this. Believers, well, there you go now. Believers without spiritual knowledge or doing good deeds are running on what? Egoistic concepts and ideas. And sometimes you can live off of that. Why? Because if it's profitable for you, if it's paying off for you, if it's working out for you, then you're not going to change. Why? Because it's working. Even doing the wrong thing will work for a while. Like my man said, you can BS your way to the top, just won't keep you there. Lesson in life. With knowledge of self, aka becoming conscious, that means your consciousness has been awakened and you know intimate things about yourself. You know the inner you, the pineal gland, the third eye. It wakes you up to you. That's the spiritual receiver. And you have to be conscious if you're spiritually enlightened. Why? Because it takes right thinking. It takes the right living. It takes everything being done by you the right way to be recognized by your higher consciousness, aka God. Higher consciousness, again, I've been using consciousness for the last 10 years. Now it's prevalent. It's being slinged around, but I was the man, like Little Richard said, it started from me. I brought consciousness to the light a while ago. Why? Because when I became conscious, I wanted everybody to realize this is what you need to be. Conscious, aware, woke, aka know thyself. But that comes through work, perseverance. It's something that you have to give up, sacrifice for the nonsense that you think you may need or want. Trust me, it's better to starve the desires and feed the spirit. Higher consciousness is what? Being aware of yourself. Not just that, but others and the environment in which you live in. That's being conscious. I come from the projects. I'm conscious of my environment that I come from. I'm a survivor. I had to think my way through situations. Everything wasn't handled this way. Sometimes you got to think and talk your way through it. Okay? Higher consciousness, aka self-mastery, Nihas, is what? You knowing yourself, aka God. Personally. And it's a personal relationship between you and your higher self, hence higher self. That means you, not outer self. The kingdom of heaven is within. My Father and I are one. All these indicators for you believers and Bible thumpers, I hear, I understand. It didn't change. It's the same thing. I ain't got a problem with that. If you adhere to that, then you're good to go. Simple. But to say it and don't do it is a waste of yours and my time. I personally could care less. But don't be throwing them slurs and verses around and you ain't living them. Or half of them don't understand them. Don't have time for that. Knowledge takes care of that. I know what I'm doing. I know why I'm doing it. And I know what I'm talking about. The opening of what? Your spiritual eye, the third eye. I ain't got it on the deck. You forget that. But yeah, is what? Becoming conscious of your higher self. It's all metaphorically, it's all philosophically, conceptually, but when it's done, manifested by the individual, you will know for yourself. Lower consciousness, watch this, is the ego-driven ones living to satisfy themselves. If you're happy with making money, you're happy with having a fancy car, big house, and no good, then guess what? You ain't praising God. You praising yourself, because those are the things that the body, the physical, that's all things that the earthly plane gives you. That's all going to run out. I can sense negative spirits in people also. That's being conscious. You know, everybody got that. Some people just don't. You just, whoa, man, whoa. Little babies. When you see some people go to bed, oh, he's looking at me, ah! Bad spirit. So innocence recognizes evil. Okay, understand that. This is why those pedophiles, all they get to their kid, they got to entice them to something. AK rainbow. Got a lesson for that coming up. Oh, I got something. Let me get back there. You talking about lower nature? Bam. Talking about lower conscious? We're going to get to that one. But right now, let me wrap this up. Appreciate you tuning in. All right. Higher conscious, watch this. Higher conscious people live on a higher level with spirituality. Why? My spiritual discipline holds me accountable to live a little bit above what? My lower nature. Why? Because lower nature means I'm going to give in to my desires, my wants, my needs, my addictions to certain stuff that ain't good for me. I will submit to those. My higher conscious say, none of that do I need. That's spiritual discipline at its best. Last one. Lower consciousness is where religion, aka the well-dressed lie, dwells. That guy y'all call the devil, he loved religious concepts. He loved religion. Why? Because all those who profess to believe in God, who don't do the work or do the stuff they need to know God, he loved y'all. Why? He get y'all. Y'all think y'all serving God. You serving him. He tell you, conversation with the devil. 98% of God's followers are serving me. The 2% is the one that's thought to themselves. I'm a 2%. What are you? A believer. Here we go. Let me wrap this up. Lower conscious people are the believers and defenders of what? Religion. I believe Jesus. Oh, yeah. Please. You got the right to believe what you want. But keep it to yourself. And those who believe the same thing. For those who don't believe what you believe, you got to exercise your right to let them believe what they want. Let them condemn themselves to hell if they don't believe what you believe. Let them go. I was a lower conscious person when I just believed, but I became a higher conscious level person when I found out. I went in search of answers and the truth. So now I know the truth. I know me. I know who I am. And I know my higher self. I tell you, I don't follow religions, aka the well-dressed lie. For that purpose, I don't need to have belief in something that I can know. All you gotta do is do your homework, do your due diligence. I try to tell you that book that you love. Loving something that ain't good. We all done it. The wrong woman, the wrong man, wrong concept. All of that has happened. It ain't new. But what happens when you find out what you believed, and you got facts contrary to what your belief is, what you gonna do then? That makes the difference. That when the rubber meets the road, okay? Because I'm not a believer in your beliefs, don't mean I don't know God, worship, and understand God for myself. I don't need Jesus to get to God. In the discussion. Last one. Lower conscious people, lower consciousness people base their concepts on believing what the scripture. That's right. You got that right. Higher conscious people are knowers of themselves. I got ancient knowledge, spiritual truth that I profess and live by, manifest for myself. I don't need to believe in nothing. I know what I know. I know. I appreciate you tuning in. I know I'll be back. I got more for you.